My name's Margot Saulnier, and I'm the creative strategist for the city of New Bedford. It's my pleasure to introduce to you today the artists of the 2020 Seaport Art Walk. Let's meet them.
Hello, my name is Ramiro. I'm an artist living in upstate New York, and I am doing a project here with New Bedford Creative where I installed a 4x6 mural that I painted in my barn that came from the Lighting the Way project, where I highlighted, I think it was like 24 or 22 of the prominent women from the Lighting the Way project as illustrations on my mural. And I am a muralist, an artist. I do all kinds of creative projects, and my tie to New Bedford was at years ago, like we're talking 15 years ago, maybe more. I come here to skateboard. So I remember visiting like one skate park that was in the area and eating some food, and I had a friend who was in town. So yeah, that was my connection to New Bedford, and I'm super grateful to be back and to be able to put a piece of art in the community and to continue to spread the voice of public art and its importance.
My name is Grace Lang. I'm an artist based in upstate New York, and I learned about this project through an open call that was posted online. My mural is honoring the centennial of the right for women to vote in the United States, and I submitted a piece of art taken from a book I created called March On with my older sister. It's a children's book for very young children about the 1915 march in New York City for women's right to vote. So I used sort of a different version of one of the pieces of art or one of the illustrations of this book for my piece. As my older sister and I were doing research for this children's book, we realized that the history we learned and a lot of people we know learned really reinforced the idea that the suffrage movement was all white women. And that is not correct at all. There were a lot of women of color that led the fight for women to vote, even though when the 19th Amendment was passed, women were granted the right to vote, but it actually was many, many, many years until women of color were granted the legal protections they needed to vote. And part of the reason we felt it was really important to put this book out there is because a lot of Americans are actually still denied the right to vote. Previously incarcerated people, or people just, they make a lot of restrictions so that people can vote, whether that's the locations of voting places or the times when people can vote. Voter suppression is still very much a real thing in our country, and it is a right every American should have. And we believe that we need to celebrate this history, but also understand that some of what we've learned about this history has some blind spots. So we want kids to learn that, and learn that there are ways to make change in your community by identifying a problem, getting together with like-minded people, and marching. Protesting peacefully is huge, and we're really excited to see how this current moment we're living in is really encouraging young people to make their voices heard. So I hope that this mural will inspire people to, be loud and vocal and stand up for what is right.
So, my name is Bruce Bailey. I'm a perpetual student at UMass Dartmouth. I've been taking sculpture for the last couple of years with Eric Lintala. And I'm a retired software engineer. The piece that I've done is homage to Florence Eastman, who was an Army nurse during the flu epidemic of 1918. She actually ran a hospital on Long Island. She ended up, at a very young age, she ended up contracting the flu herself in October of 1918. Unfortunately passed away at the age of 12. My piece began as I was going to build lampposts for my driveway, and I got started on that, and then the COVID thing came in, and I had to halt that effort. But in the meantime, I read about this, the theme of this Seaport art walk, lighting the way, women lighting the way. And I was looking through the biographies, and I have a long-standing interest in Florence Nightingale and her contributions to public health. And we see the whole public health issue playing out right now as we speak. And I became aware of it through reading a couple of biographies of Florence Nightingale. So when I came across the biography of Florence Eastman,
So we're installing today. What are the issues with installing this piece of work?
I have to make sure that it's stable. It's not going to go anywhere.
Exactly.
We're going to have some high winds in a couple of days. And, so I have to make sure that it's tied really well tied down.
Well, that's what we're here today to do. I thank you, Bruce, so much for being a part of the 2020 Seaport Art Walk.
Thank you, Margot.
So I picked Maria Mitchell. She wasn't necessarily from New Bedford, but she was from Nantucket. And when she was a teenager, I feel like it was like 12 years old, she started navigating on whaling ships by using the stars. She was teaching the whalers how to navigate with stars. And through the navigation, she discovered a comet, which is amazing. So they actually named the comet after her. And then as she came back over, I forgot what college she taught at, but it was in New England. And she was from my research, she was the first woman to actually speak out about equal pay. She realized that a lot of her male teacher counterparts were getting paid more than her. And she was the first to speak out about it. So I thought it was a really a great woman to discuss and to bring, because I never learned about her in school or anything like that. What I'm making for it is also made out of recycled materials. I'm making her waves. She created a lot of waves in more than one way than just sailing across, navigating, but she created waves in women's rights.